What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Chilling Tales. So I wanted to tell you guys about this heinous bear attack that took place in Michigan, which is where I'm at right now. It is just unbelievable what this freaking black bear did to this young woman, how it desecrated her feeble, helpless body. But you guys know that the reason I tell these stories is, for one, to make us bear aware, but two, is for perspective. You just never know when your last day might be. But if y'all will like this video, subscribe to the page, paw that bell so you're notified next time I post a video, and blessings to my patrons. Links in the description below. So I'm a bit wary out here. There are black bears in my area. And of course, there have been many bear attacks up in Michigan. And this is just a beautiful region, sort of a higher altitude, very similar to where young little Alana was attacked. So, Alana was a beautiful young woman, inside and out. She had this sort of mystique for life, this sort of imbuement of joy, peace, happiness, love. In fact, maybe too much love. She had a thing for animals, and she went through many phases in her short life. She talked about things like conjurement and spirits and all that, and just sort of speaking with other spirits and having a familiar, you know. She once spoke of her cat even being a familiar. So, a familiar creature she was. But she went through a few different phases. Then this whole idea of God and Christianity came about her, and she was this really sort of like ultra conservative dressing and acting young woman, right? That maybe a lot of guys would find appealing. But unfortunately, the wrong kind of guy came upon her. Now, Alana was a bit autistic, all right? And I think that is part of what led to this tragedy. Just the way that this bear attack went. And there was a guy who met her at her job. She worked the cash register, right, at some small retail store. And this guy, who's kind of a bad boy, nasty tattoos running up and down his neck, all over his body, all over his abdomen. The guy, I think, took her virginity. And yeah, as you guys know, I don't sugarcoat things on this channel, so I'm sorry if that offends you guys, just the bluntness. But we're not here for fairy tales, you know? We're here for what's what and what to look out for. But this black bear that had its way with her, these massive yellow bacteria-ridden claws, these sharp, white, disgusting fangs, these chiseled body. You see the muscles protruding from its back. How arrogant this bear was in a metaphorical sort of sense. But nonetheless, Alana, her parents had some property, and it was connected to just acres and acres of wilderness. And she would go out there and talk with the animals, right? And that's sort of what happened with her first encounter. She saw a black bear cub, and she followed it over to where the tree was. Just some random tree on their property. The mother bear ran up the damn tree, and the cub stayed toward the bottom. So she went up to it. She reached out her hand. "Oh, hello. Come here, little one. You're so soft and pretty. Listen to my voice," is how she would talk to these things, right? The story has it that she actually was able to touch this little cub, and the mother stayed up in the tree. You guys got to understand, black bears, they're not so much like grizzlies. They're not nearly as possessive of their young, and they'll often abandon their young even to preserve themselves. Whereas if you were to do this with a grizzly, it would tear the living hell out of you, okay? But she had this encounter, and I think that's ultimately what caused her to approach the bears again. So this guy, Brett, I think was his name, tried to get a loan with Alana. Alana's parents knew she was autistic. She was about 28 years old when this attack took place. So basically, with that being said, Brett would try to take her out in the woods, places of seclusion, places of privacy, a place where he could take advantage of her. All right? And I think that's what he did. So he took her out camping one day. And that's when she took notice of a black bear once again. They saw it getting a drink out of a little stream. There was no cub around, but nonetheless, Alana ran up to it anyway. And in a similar way, she reached out her hand. Come here. And she got down on her knees, kind of like this. Come here. Come here, bear. Come to me. It's okay. I won't hurt you. Brett sees this taking place. Alana! Get away! Is what he would yell to it. To her. She paid no attention to him. She got down again. Come here. Come here, bear. I love you. And that's when Brett started to back up. Alana, what the hell are you doing? He would say to her. But she kept pursuing it. And somewhere in that encounter is where the bear attacked. Not from the front, but from the side. Alana, before she could stand up on her feet, this monstrosity of a creature tackled her to the ground and began digging into her soul. The poor young woman was squealing like a trapped rabbit, all right? And Brett was witnessing this. And I don't know what was going through his mind. He would yell and shout and even picked up sticks and threw them at the damn bear, but to no avail. It had no effect on the creature. Alana screamed bloody death as this bear dug into her, grabbed her by her little collarbone and just thrashed around front, side, up, down. And she had this pale white skin that her blood just seemed so red and almost iridescent, and how the light from the sun would reflect off it. This was crazy, as this attack took place in the daytime. She had this pale skin, and she actually had dark black hair, but for whatever reason, she would dye it red. So she almost looked like this sort of forest fairy enchanted sort of chick. And that's part of what was so crazy, is this girl had it in her to dance around in the woods like a little fairy, and almost like a Disney Channel-esque energy about her. And I think that is part of what maybe intrigued the animal. I think that it could see that there was something off about her, you know? It could see that there was something wrong with her. So it wasn't necessarily afraid, but it was more willing to approach her. And plus, she had a very light, thin frame. But Brett saw this thing ripping her to shreds. Now, I don't want to get into too many details, but she was on her back during the later part of this attack. And the bear dug into her chest, and it dug a freaking hole through her center sternum, and it began digging into the dirt right through her, just mixing her blood with the dirt and just pulling out her innards. It ripped her clothes off. She was wearing some little lightly sewn sundress of a sort, little tiny sandals, a little straw hat, and her clothes were just scattered all about, and her body just being devoured by this creature. Now, Brett was so startled by the encounter, so distraught, yelling, shaking, trembling, screaming to the top of his lungs, to no avail. The bear was just digging into her, just digging into her, right? And Brett, only 20 feet away, "Get away, bear! Get off her, bear!" And the damn thing didn't listen. He screamed and shouted at it, and the bear stopped its ravaging for just a moment and looked back at him. Its massive, thick neck, the veins coming out, the rigid skull. And Brett froze in fear. And then the bear continued on. It wrapped its jaws around this girl's skull and squeezed so hard that it began popping her eyeball out of the damn socket. This is when she was still alive, all right? Massive hole in the chest, eyeball coming out. It was just insane. I can't help but wonder if this is from a bear. I mean, as you guys might notice, I'm kind of being cautious out here. I actually don't have my hand cannon on me today. It's in the car. I shouldn't have left it in the car. I can't help but wonder if a bear did this with its massive claws. But that's similar to what it did to this young female. It just raked its claws into her flesh, just peeling the white, pasty flesh from her skeleton, right? Just exposing the solid bone, and it gnawed on her bones. Similar to how you see this tree. And eventually her soul left her, or whatever the hell happens. She was dead. All right, stiff, dead. Festering wounds, rotting flesh. And Brett ran. Kid just turned and ran down the damn trail. They never even set up their camp. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he was looking to do bad things with her. But that's just how this attack went. It was an insane attack, a treacherous attack, a devastating attack, a chilling attack, a bone-chilling attack. And this bear got away with it, got away with murder. Oh, man, bears can't murder people. Yeah, you want to look at this attack scene? You want to see what it did to this innocent little broad? You tell me that's not a murder, all right? I mean, whatever you want to call it, I don't really care. Destroyed her little body, partially ate her, dug a pit for her, buried her, partially buried her, shat and pissed on her. The Rangers came scouring the woods and finally tracked down this rigid male black bear and shot the damn thing to death. All right? Rhett gets to live on, knowing that he ran away. But I can't help but wonder, what the hell would you guys do in that situation? If you were with a chick you just started dating, or a guy you just started dating, say the guy who had a bit of these mental problems, would you leave him for dead? Or would you throw your body at that damn bear? Anyway, let me know in the comments below, what the hell would you do? And by the way, do you like the style of the video? It's out in the woods, all right? I mean, it has me on edge, honestly. I know there was a bear spotted around here not too long ago at all. I don't even have my damn pepper spray on me. I mean, I am just surrounded. Look at this. I'm surrounded by woods, all right? I don't know. Let me know if you like the style of the video, by the way. There's another place I'd like to go where a bear was sighted recently up in Michigan. So I'll probably make my next video there, honestly. But anyway, if you guys will comment below, like the damn video, and I'll see you all soon with more chilling tales from the Iceman.